Hello, I am on vacation and I wanted to do a little bit of a reading vlog for a couple of days and just share some clips of what we are up to. We're doing a lot of hiking, visiting some different forests and things, and so it's going to be hopefully some really beautiful nature time. But then also just chat a little bit about what I'm reading. I'm particularly excited because I like to plan my reading around where I'm going to be spending time, and so the forests we're visiting inspired a lot of Arthurian legends, and so I'm in the mood to read some kind of Arthurian retellings and things. So I started on my Kindle The Door to Camelot by Susanna Roundtree. This is um, an Arthurian retelling of sorts, where our main character is from 1900. Her name is Blanche, and she steps through this magical wardrobe and is transported to the realm of King Arthur. It's a really short book. I saw on Goodreads that it's only like 100 and something pages, so I should fly through this honestly pretty quickly, which will be nice to be able to read it while I'm here and finish it on vacation, because I don't always read books very fast these days. But anyway, she is transported to the realm of King Arthur, and then there's also Percival, who is our main male character, our male protagonist, and he wants to become a knight, one of King Arthur's knights. And so we kind of have these two storylines that are going to converge. I'm only like 18% of the way through. I started a day or two ago, but I'm really enjoying it. The writing is really beautiful. The wind is blowing my camera. It's really windy tonight, but the writing is really beautiful. I like all of the nature descriptions, a lot of forests and time spent in forests, which makes me really excited for tomorrow for the hike that we're going on. And yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Like I said, it should be short and a quick, easy read. After that, I'm hoping maybe to continue with some more Arthurian things. We'll see kind of how the time goes once I finish this and how much time I have left to read other things on my Kindle, but that's what I'm up to on my Kindle. I also did bring Wives and Daughters. I'm about 200 pages till the end of Wives and Daughters, and I'm loving it so much. I just couldn't part with this book for a couple of days, so I packed it along, but I'm not sure how much reading time I'm going to get, physical book reading time, but hopefully I will be able to squeeze in a couple of chapters here and there. So that's kind of it for my reading plans. It's getting windy, so I don't know how much longer I have, honestly, to sit out here and to talk about books. But I will definitely be including a lot of nature clips on our hikes and things, and I will check in with you at some point later. Alright, hello! Ignore the greasy hair look. I need to go take a shower after today's hike, but I wanted to give you a little bit of a hiking and reading update. We have been here 2 full days now, and we went on 2 hikes, one each day, about 11 kilometers or so for each one. So a pretty good distance. I'm feeling a little bit sore in my legs, not too bad. I think we should be fine for our hike tomorrow. But we've been in the Brosceliande forest a bit for both of those hikes, and I'm sure I've included some clips now, and it was super beautiful, very enchanting, magical feeling, just really, really gorgeous. And we've had lovely weather, so it's just been a fabulous, fabulous time so far. I have been reading a little bit in the evenings. I'm obviously pretty tired from the hikes and just, you know, running after our toddler all day and things. So I haven't been reading Wives and Daughters, my physical book. I'm just setting that aside for this trip. I don't have the mental capacity after, you know, a couple of hours in the morning of hiking to pick that up. So I am reading mostly on my Kindle. I finished The Door to Camelot, which was just okay, honestly. I think I gave it 3 stars on Goodreads, maybe 3.5. I'm not sure how I would land on that. But it was okay. I liked the vibes of it. I liked being in this King Arthur's kind of world. And I liked that there was a 1900 storyline and then the you know, King Arthur time storyline. I liked that we had these 2 perspectives, but ultimately I feel like I just wanted more from the story. I wanted it to be longer. I wanted to connect with the characters more. I wanted more exploration of certain things. It felt so condensed, which it was. It's short. And I saw that there are 3 books in this series that are, I think, all pretty short. So it's almost like it's one novel that's been broken up into 3 parts. So I think if maybe I approached it that way as just the first part of this novel, maybe I would have enjoyed it more. But I was just kind of disappointed in some ways. I was just wanting more. I wasn't that invested after I finished it. I didn't feel like I needed to read the 2nd or 3rd books. Like I didn't care that much about the characters yet because everything just felt so rushed. And so yeah, like I said, I don't think I'm going to be continuing on with that, unfortunately, but there were some really beautiful passages and things that I underlined. I liked some of the faith elements that were incorporated. The Grail is kind of an important part in this story, and so I liked a lot of that. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to be continuing on with that. So I finished that pretty quickly though, and so I have some more time left to pick up something else. I want to be reading in theme, in King Arthur kind of theme for this trip. So I picked up Mark Twain's A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, I think is what it's called. I've only read the first couple chapters, but it is so much fun. I'm really, really enjoying this book. It's exactly what it sounds like. This 19th century man, I don't think we know his name yet, from Connecticut, who somehow ends up in King Arthur's court. There's some sort of time travel thing that happens. We don't really know what happened yet at this point, but he's there right now and he's trying to figure out what's going on. He thinks everyone is insane because of the way they're dressed and the way they're talking and everything. He thinks that this is an insane asylum, and he's like trying to find someone who is sane and to figure out what's going on. And he's kind of accepted that, okay, maybe this is true, maybe this, I somehow ended up in, you know, the 6th century. And if that's the case, I'm just going to try to like manage things the best I can here, be the boss, he says, and try to kind of get everyone under control and how they should be, orderly. And it's really fun. I'm enjoying it so far. I have not read anything by Mark Twain before, so this is maybe an unconventional place to start. Like Huckleberry Finn, Tom Sawyer, those are like much more well-known works of his, but I'm enjoying it. I like his writing style. He's funny, and there's been some really beautiful descriptions of things so far. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. The chapters are really short, which is a huge bonus for me. I love short chapters. I love when I can just finish one and be like, ooh, one more chapter, one more chapter. So I'm hoping that I will make some good progress today and tomorrow in this book before we leave. I'm obviously not going to finish it though, so I don't know if I'll do another reading wrap up here. Probably not. I might give you kind of my final thoughts on it once we get back home. But I probably won't film another reading wrap up, but I will have hopefully some more clips and things from tomorrow's hike. I think we are planning to visit the megaliths. I can't recall the word in English. And we're gonna do a hike around there, about 14 kilometers, I think. It's a bit longer, so we'll see if we end up feeling brave enough to do that. But yeah, things are going well so far, and I will check in maybe after vacation. Hello, I am back home, and I wanted to give you a final kind of reading update because I filmed something actually while I was still on vacation, kind of talking about the progress I made in A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. I was like about 20% of the way through the book, and I had some reservation about whether or not I was going to continue reading it. I was kind of unsure, but I felt as though I was going to keep going and give it another try, and I wanted to finish the book because, like I said, I liked the humor of it. It was really funny. It was an easy book to read. It didn't feel like reading this dense classic. It just felt very accessible and very fun to read. But unfortunately, there were some things that I did not like very much about the book. And it got to the point after I finished filming, I read an extra chapter or two, and I was just like, nope, I'm done with this book. It is stressing me too much. I do not enjoy this. So I decided to DNF it, which is unfortunate. But basically what I disliked about this book was the main character is very, very critical of Christianity in general, but particularly the Catholic Church. He really blames all of society's problems on the church and is just very kind of narrow-minded in his perspective on that, and he just views people as being manipulated by religion and just you know, like as if they have no free will or anything. And he's just constantly kind of referring to the people he comes across in the 6th century as like childish, that they behave like children, and he's the one who has to tell them what to do, how to civilize them, to educate them. And all of that I found just really annoying, but particularly his criticism of Christianity and how it's just, you know, ruining people and ruining society. I really, really disliked that. I really disagree. I totally understand, you know, that we can look at church history and see lots of mistakes that have been made, lots of harm that has been done, people who've abused power, etc. Like, I'm not naive to that at all. But I just felt like it was so one-sided and it felt so simplistic. And obviously this is satire, like, you know, and I get that, you know, that kind of comes along with the genre. But I really disliked it, and it was like enraging me, and I felt on edge and tense that like he was going to keep bringing this up, and every couple of chapters or so there's a reference, you know, to religion, to Christianity, and how bad he considered it. And I had enough. I did not need that kind of stress. To read for enjoyment, for pleasure's sake, and not, you know, force myself to read something I'm not enjoying. So I DNF'd that, and I'm happy that I made that choice because, you know, I'd rather be reading something enjoyable. So unfortunately, my vacation reading was not stellar. Like, it was okay. I enjoyed The Door to Camelot enough, but it wasn't particularly spectacular. There are a lot of kind of Arthurian legends, more classics and things that I would like to get to, but just feel denser to me. Particularly like poetry. I wasn't in the mood to have that kind of brain power, especially after hiking. I was pretty exhausted, to be honest, and kind of hurt myself a little bit. My Achilles tendon is pretty sore, so I'm hoping that that is nothing very serious and just a couple days of rest. Hopefully I will be feeling better because I'm not I'm not feeling great. Apparently I pushed myself too hard. But the hiking was beautiful. It was absolutely gorgeous. It was nice to be in to discover a new kind of place that we haven't been to, and the forests were gorgeous. We had lovely, lovely weather. It wasn't super warm, but it was nice to be outside and hiking. And yeah, it was a great vacation. I'm glad I got to film a little bit and share a little bit of it with you. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!